Hi, I'm Lucy Fitton from the Audience Agency, and this is my colleague Sharma. And we're just going to be very short and sweet, you'll be pleased to hear. And we were commissioned by the Cheshire East team to really understand the story of Shift and what's happening and evaluate the programme. So we've been working with the team for a year now, and I think any of you who are aware of the Shift programme know that it's incredibly, quite rightly, ambitious, and there are a huge, wide range of exciting activities that have been happening as part of the programme. So one of the key challenges for us was to really try and understand all the different kinds of people involved in Shift programming, all the different activities, and to really understand what that might look like if all of the kind of ambitions for the project were being achieved. So we invested quite a lot of time early on in the project, getting together with the Cheshire East team, skills and growth, marketing, the creative director, so getting all those different kind of views and perspectives together in one room, and looking at the aims for the programme and thinking, well, if these things are happening, what does that look like? What kinds of things might be happening in the future if Shift is really working well? And I think from that we came up with a really solid evaluation framework, which we hope is a bit of a legacy for the project and can be used beyond, because we know in essence that Shift is only really a pilot, and it's just kind of scratching the surface of all the kind of possibilities and things that could be going on in the region, digitally and creatively. So when we looked at the aims in more detail, we know that there are some things that through Shift programme this first year might be happening, definitely. There might be some things that might start to be happening, and there's going to be lots of things that might not happen for 2, 3, 4 years' time. So although we might not be able to evaluate that as yet, we still have that framework in place that can be used into the future. And I think when it came to our evaluation approach, we wanted to use a really kind of layered methodology. There are so many different things going on. You know, there's kind of sector-facing events, there's things with the public, and that's everything from kind of installations, heritage open days, drop-in events such as the treacle markets, all kinds of things, lots of different age ranges. So we had to think, how could we get the big picture, and how can we kind of understand a bit more in depth? So we've done some of the kind of more traditional approaches, such as e-surveys. We've done some really interesting ethnographic evaluation approaches. So we've been to events, we've kind of immersed ourselves, observations, utilised photography. And we've done some kind of deeper project evaluations, so with the Crewcraft project led by Gemma in Crewe, so where young people have been working with the archives there and using Minecraft to explore. And obviously, we're still slightly in data collection mode, so we've been here today and we've spoken to some of you, we've done some short interviews, so we're just kind of bringing that all together. We're not going to be sharing loads of really kind of detailed stats or findings today. We just want to share some of the kind of top-line stories that are emerging from the Shift programme, and that kind of story so far is very apt. It's definitely the story so far from Shift, because we see it's very much the kind of beginning of that story. So I'm going to hand over to Maya now, my colleague, who's just going to touch on some of those top-line findings.